What's up? How's everybody doing? Happy Tuesday. All right. I am going to be chatting with you guys today about how to really understand the four main features of Facebook and how to use them to make more sales and to grow your business. Okay. Before we jump into this though, if you are jumping on and you are joining me live, make sure to drop your name below, say hi. And if you're catching the replay, of course, drop a replay down in the comments so I can circle back later and make sure I say hello too. All right, so let's jump into this for a second. There is a lot of confusion around the four main features that you're going to be using on Facebook for your business. And I want to break down for you guys today what those main features are all for and how to best use them to make more sales in your business, okay? These are the four main features we're going to be talking about today. The first is your Facebook profile or your Facebook business page, okay? They are actually can be used interchangeably pretty much, depending on what your goals are. And I'm going to jump into that in a second, okay? The second feature we're going to talk about are stories, okay? So Facebook stories. The third feature I'm going to talk about today is groups, Facebook groups. And the fourth is your Facebook Messenger, okay? So those are the four features that we are going to be focusing on today. And I want to make sure today that I really help each and every one of you guys understand that there's a purpose behind each of these features, okay? So I know that there's a lot of people that struggle with the clarity about like why to use a group, why to use a page, why would you use stories instead of posting on your feed? So drop a confused down into the comments if this is something that you have some confusion around, and a little bit of clarity might help, okay? So, all right, let's jump in. Let's start with your Facebook profile and your Facebook business page, okay? So I said before that these can pretty much be used interchangeably, and they can, okay? So your Facebook page and your Facebook business page and your profile is your storefront. Okay, so this is how people become aware of you. This is how people become aware of the fact that you're even in business. Okay, so the big difference between the two is that one takes more of a paid strategy, which is a business page, and one takes more of an organic free strategy, which is your personal page. Okay, but they're both used for the same major purpose, which is awareness, right? It's your storefront. It's how people become aware that you're in business and what your brand is about, okay? So a lot of people will go and want to start a Facebook business page because they're in business, right? And they don't want to be on their personal profile bothering their family and friends. Do I have any of you guys out there? Put your hand up if that's you. Okay, so I'm going to give you guys a truth bomb right now, which is that a Facebook business page is about 100 times harder to build than using your personal profile. And part of the reason for that is because Facebook wants you to use a pay-to-play strategy, right? They want you to pay in order for people to see what you're posting on your business page. So if you are not willing to pay to play right now and you're just kind of starting out, right? And you want to just make people aware of the fact that you're in business, then you're going to want to focus on your personal profile. One of the other main purposes of a business page versus a personal profile is advertising. So if you want to use Facebook advertising, you have to have a business page. You can't do it from a personal profile. Okay. So that is the first feature, your profile and your business page. This is your storefront. Okay. This is your billboard. This is how people become aware that you exist. Is that clear? Put a clarity down in the comments if this is making sense to you guys. Okay. I see a bunch of you guys saying confusion between the personal and business page. So hopefully that was helpful. Okay, the second thing we're going to talk about is your stories. How many of you guys are using stories? Put a stories down in the comments. Drop it below, guys, if you're using stories in your business. If you're not, I'm going to highly recommend that you start. Stories are where it is at right now. People absolutely love stories. I know personally, I love scrolling through people's stories, okay? So what's the difference between stories and your actual feed? Well, here's the big difference, okay? Stories is almost like your happy hour, okay? Like if you were going to a happy hour with a bunch of coworkers after work, that's your stories. So what I mean by that is it's a little bit more relaxed, right? It's a chance for people to get to see the real you, right? The sides of you that you might not be showing on your actual feed, on your personal page or your business page, which again, remember, is your storefront. So your storefront is that feed on your personal page or your business page. And then your stories is the happy hour, okay? That's when you go out with friends, you loosen up a little bit, right? You share a sneak peek into what you're really about, okay? What the real you is about, okay? Is that clear? Everyone clear on stories? You want to be using your stories every single day, okay? People are loving stories. So remember, it's the happy hour. It's the sneak peek into who you really are and what you do in your life outside of just work, right? So work might be included. Your business will definitely be included in your stories, but you also want to make sure that you are showing a sneak peek into who you truly are, okay? So that's number 2. Number 3 is a Facebook group, okay? So your Facebook group, I like to think of as your conference room, okay? This is where it's your conference room. It could be like a lunch date or a coffee date, right? An intimate dinner maybe with just like a few people. But the idea behind it is it's where you're going to share the details about the benefits of working with you. Okay, so your group is not meant to like share every single special that your company's offered, right? I know that is how people used to use groups a couple years ago. I know people are still using it that way. But it's really meant to be like almost like your boardroom, right? It's where you're sharing the benefits for what it would be like to work with you. It's a more intimate view on what it would be like to work with you, but not quite as loose as your happy hour, which is your stories, okay? So you want to be moving people from your stories and your profile and business page into a group. This is where they're going to evaluate, do I really want to do business with this person, right? So on your page, right, and on either your personal or your business page, people are most likely not going to be making the decision to purchase right there. And that's why we don't post links to our websites, right? Because 99% of people are not going to like click on your link to your website and purchase something, right? They just became aware of you. They just became aware that you're in business. They saw your storefront. Okay, so your group is going to be bringing them into a more intimate setting. It's your conference room, it's your boardroom, right? It's an intimate dinner, it's a lunch date, it's a coffee date. It's where you're going to share more intimately the details and the benefits about working with you, okay? Who's clear on this? Drop a 1 down in the comments if that was clear, okay? Want to hear from you guys. The 4th feature that you're going to focus on Facebook is Facebook Messenger. Okay. Now, how many of you guys have heard the term? I think this is a John Melton term, that money is in the messenger. Okay. So your messenger is your sales call. Okay. That's where you're going to likely be closing people. So messenger is a sales call. You're going to use messenger to further connect with clients, prospects, potential customers, potential team members. And this is where you're going to move them from just evaluating where they were doing inside of your group, right, to actually making the sale, okay? So the messenger is your sales call. So I'm hoping that this gives you guys clarity about how to use the 4 different main features that you're going to use on Facebook, okay? A lot of people try and use them interchangeably, and there really truly is a purpose behind each of them. So I'm going to give you guys a review of this one more time, okay? Your feed on your business page or your profile is your storefront, okay? This is how people find you and become interested in learning more, okay? Number 2, your stories. This is your happy hour. It's more casual. It's a sneak, intimate peek into who you really are and your life, okay? 3 is your group. This is your boardroom, your conference room, right? It's where people learn the details about the benefits of working with you. And then Facebook Messenger is your sales call, okay? So this is how you want to start thinking about the 4 different features that you're going to be using on Facebook so that you can make sure that you're adding people in the correct places, right? That you're using the different features correctly, okay? Did you guys get value from this today? If you got value from this, I want you to drop me a value down in the comments, okay? Thank you guys for joining me today. I hope this was a helpful training for all of you guys. Have a very happy Tuesday, and I will see you guys soon.